She said things that cut deeper than any blade could. "You're too small, not enough for me," she said, and I froze. In that instant, it felt as if my entire world had crumbled around me. But it wasn't just the words, it was the way she delivered them. Cold, detached, almost triumphant, as if she had been waiting for the perfect moment to wound me. Right then, I knew something fundamental in our marriage had died, or maybe it had never truly existed. When she added that she wanted a divorce, I didn't argue. I didn't plead. Deep down, I understood that no man should remain with someone who treats him with such disdain. Love cannot survive humiliation, and a marriage built on shame is doomed to fail. I accepted the divorce not because I wanted to, but because I realized she would never find fulfillment with me while her heart harbored that kind of contempt. It was painful, yes, but there was also a strange sense of liberation. 2 months later, I received news that left me stunned. She was getting married again. Just 2 months after we parted ways. And to my disbelief, she even invited me. It was clear she wanted to make a statement. Show me that she had moved on, prove that I was easily replaceable, that I was insignificant in her eyes. But I refused to play her game. I ignored her calls, didn't send a single message, and certainly didn't consider attending. Our story had ended the moment she looked me in the eye and told me I wasn't enough. I wasn't going to let her draw me back into her manipulation. Life, however, has a way of surprising us. About a year later, I was at work and ended up chatting with a colleague, someone who had always been friendly, even close, but never intimate. She had once been my ex-wife's confidant. Our conversation drifted, and naturally I asked about my ex, not out of longing, but simply to see how her new life was unfolding. I wanted to know if she had found the happiness she claimed I couldn't provide. The answer stunned me. "They're divorced," my colleague said quietly. I blinked, almost in disbelief. After everything, the humiliation, the rapid second marriage, she was now alone again. When I asked why, the reason hit me like lightning. She couldn't have children. Her new husband had wanted a family, and when he found out she couldn't conceive, he walked away. The same woman who had once ridiculed me for something beyond my control, the same woman who had torn down my self-esteem, was now facing heartbreak of her own, something she could not fix. I didn't feel joy. I didn't feel revenge. I felt the unmistakable weight of life's justice. She had mocked my vulnerability, yet her own life had collapsed under circumstances far beyond her influence. And through it all, I stayed silent. I never reached out, never contacted her, never revealed that I knew. Our chapter had ended, and I wasn't going to reopen it. I realized then that leaving her wasn't just the right choice, it was the only choice. I moved forward. Truly forward. As I listened to my colleague explain how my ex's life had unraveled, I reflected on that moment when she told me I wasn't enough. Maybe she truly believed it would empower her. Maybe she thought diminishing me would give her strength. Life, however, delivered the ultimate lesson. You cannot create happiness by hurting others, and the pain you inflict often comes back in ways you cannot control. That day I stopped questioning my worth. I understood that true manhood is not measured by shallow standards, but by dignity, self-respect, and the courage to leave behind anyone who seeks to diminish you. She tried to destroy me with her words, but in the end, it was her own life that crumbled. Karma does not forget, nor does it forgive. And I found peace, not in her suffering but in knowing that I never stooped to her level. I let life tell the story, and it spoke far more powerfully than I ever could.